Welcome to this video series about improvising by Sietze de Vries. You can support this video series by donating the amount of your choice to Sietze de Vries' Patreon account, which can be found by searching Sietze de Vries Patreon or by finding the link in the description below the video. Enjoy the video.
Well, as you can see, I'm sitting here at quite a special instrument. It's called a Clavicytherium, and that means basically an upright standing harpsichord. Not many survived through history, so it was also quite a discovery to see how it actually functions, because you can imagine when you play this and you have to pluck the strings, the action is in contrast with a harpsichord, not going vertical but horizontal. So you don't have gravity in your advantage anymore, so it still needs to be as fast as a harpsichord, but now moving horizontally. So that's quite a challenge, and Bernhard Etzkes built this beautiful instrument. And since we were working on the topic of three-part harmony, this is the perfect vehicle to do something. And what I want to do is to use the rule of the octave. We've seen it before, and we use that to make a few exercises to make three-part harmony. You probably remember the rule of the octave. That means that you have just a bass line going up or down as a normal scale, and on top of that you come up with some harmony. And to start really simple, that's something we talked about before as well. If you have, let's say, a scale of C major and you put a third on top, it always sounds good, so you get this result. And of course, like I already did, you can make some ornaments, little patterns, and it always works. But now to turn it into three-part harmony, we can still use that parallel third, but then we add a third voice. And of course, now you have to choose, and that's what voicing is all about. Of course, you can't just play triads like you get parallels all the time, so you have to do something smarter than that. So you just have to use your ears a lot and also know what chords you're actually playing. So of course you can do a 1. Now I can probably do a 5-7, a dominant 7 chord. Now I could do a 1 again with the inversion. 4, 5, maybe again a 4 in inversion. And then finally 5-1. And then you can end up with something like and you notice as soon as you discover patterns, use them. You can really first practice with only patterns, things like or going down. And of course now you can do a lot by ear, which is good. That also gives you the ability to use your creativity without thinking of chords all the time. But of course you do want to have that knowledge as well. So we can also make an exercise with 4-part harmony, just for the sake of knowing what you're doing. And then you actually can use the system of having as many root positions as possible. So basically I am doing this. And so on. But to avoid parallel chords, When the melody goes up in the bass, then my melody in the soprano goes down. So I just invert the triads in a way that I avoid parallels, and you get contrary motion, something like this. And once you can combine both, so just using your ears making nice harmony, and at the other hand also knowing the kind of chords you're playing, then you are completely free to make something beautiful. So it could be something like and make deliberate choices when you use root positions, which is of course good when you have a melody in the bass, and when you use inversions. It's nice to have both, but the emphasis should always be a little bit on the root positions because it sounds better and more convincing. Of course, you can do something like this in a minor key as well. So let's take D minor, for example. And then you have more interesting choices, because going up you could do the normal scale. But of course you can also do a different scale. You can also do something like this. And especially going down, something that comes to mind is also using chromaticism. So let's end with a little, let's say, fantasia on the rule of the octave in D minor.